Hit the shiny buttons. Welcome to the party. As you can see from this beautiful mess on the screen, things are changing in the world of DDO. This is on live right now. This is my main character on Orion. You can see how extremely far away I am from completing my epic destinies, which means I will not get the star map cloak. That is apparently the reward for folks who get all of these. Here, cursor, I got a cursor. All of these things right here. All 12 of these bad boys maxed out. You get a cloak. However, this is going away in favor of something that looks more like this. These are basically what you see here is the current UI of the enhancement trees. We have the long one underneath is the racial enhancement, well, the race and various enhancement trees that you can either have as part of your classes, or purchase off the store. And up top are the Reaper enhancements if you go in for Reaper XP and level all of those bad boys. So these are the two UIs that everybody's used to for enhancements, and then you've got Epic Destinies. Epic Destinies are available to players level 20 and above. So here's how this video is going to work. Number one, if you're here for an in-depth analysis to say what's good, what's bad, with a fine-tuned theory crafting background, you're in the wrong place. I am not by any way, shape, or form a good theory crafter on a good day for any game. And for DDO in particular, I am far below the curve. And that's disclaimer right up front. No shame, This video is for folks who do not play DDO as their primary game and or may have never played any epic levels, or they've always gotten to 20 and reincarnated if they felt the urge to do so. So the way this is working here is, so I'm going to explain it from somebody who's coming at this from the very first time, and just basically compare what we currently have to what is coming on in the future with Update 51. Now, Update 51 is currently on Lamannia, the test server, and we're going to go into the test dojo and take a peek there as to how this new system is going to work from the get-go. Now, from my understanding is not all of the Epic Destinies are making it over into the new party. There will be 12, but they won't be the exact same as you see now. They have completely overhauled it. Some of them will use the same names, like Divine Crusader, and they'll have a lot of the same thrust, like Grandmaster of Flowers will be pretty much the same in terms of basic scope as it did before. But their thing here is to make it so that you are not grinding forever and a day and 5 years to complete your epic destinies and to actually use them. So, two things is this UI over here in the corner is going away. This map view is going away. And in fact, I'm going to take a screenshot of it right now. I'm also going to take a quick separate screenshot, because my understanding is this star map is what the cloak is actually supposed to look like. I could be wrong. Cordovan did his weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream today, and he couldn't actually tell us what it looked like while I take a screenshot here. I use the window snipping tool for stuff like this because I'm old. Destinies map view. Okay, so my understanding is that folks who have completed all of their epic destinies before the new ones go into place will get a per character, a bounty character, I guess, cloak to indicate a constellation cloak is how it was referred to in chat. That was also coded as being the star map. And that is basically going to prove that you did the thing before the thing became the new thing. So that's going to be happening. So This UI, you will not see this in the new system, sorry. And in fact, I'm going to log out now that we've seen, this is what we currently have on live. This is on Orion. I'm going to log out of that version of the game. And we're going to go back to the other one I have loaded in XSplit while that one unloads itself. And we're going to do a little bit of shenaniganery here. I'm going to make some adjustments. So I've made a level 30 cleric, pure cleric. And we're going to go set up some epic destinies here in just a few months. So she's already in the test dojo. This is the same character that I leveled last time. And then we realized that things were not working right. So I decided I wanted to do some more stuff with this. So I felt getting more information would be a better solution here. Get a little change to my window here. Igneous! Hello, my friend. How are you? I hope you're well. I have been a busy soul. I just got off work less than 40 minutes ago. I'm off for the next 3 days. And by off, that means I'll be doing chores in the house tomorrow, calling an actual plumber who wants to do the work, doing the laundry, running the grocery store tomorrow. And then Friday is my official Locher stream. And whatever I feel like streaming later on. And then in the evening, on Saturday I will be busy while I wait for the game to load. There's a ton of people in here in the test dojo. There is also, if you are on Lamannia, I don't know if you can hear the game. I can't hear anything. It might be because my headphones idled out. But anyway, if you're on Lamannia, if you go to join channel dev chat, there should be some developers on right now. I don't see any here in the test dojo, which is kind of good because if I found Cordova, I'd probably try to throw a snowball at him. Because that's what I do to him on the other side, because he was dumb enough to give me a permanent snowball effect. So let's go see who's on. Let's see if anybody that I recognize. And then we're going to go look and see what we've got here. I don't recall if devs actually show up in... Yeah, they do, actually. I remember seeing Coco in it once, but it doesn't look like there's anybody flagged as a developer in here. I don't recognize any of these names. Well, okay, I lied. I just recognized a name of somebody from Twitch chat. Not my Twitch chat, but from the usual Twitch chat. So, in order to get Epic Destinies, you're going to talk to your fates. So, again, if you're brand new, you've never done Epic Destinies, first of all, you have to get to level 20. Level 20 is not the last heroic level. Level 20 is the first epic level. So that's important to know. I'm actually going to turn my headset because I can't hear a dang thing. There we go. And what you're going to do is, there's a character called the Fate Spinner. The Fate Spinner is the lady who levels you up for everything from 20 onwards. And so once you've gotten your epic levels sorted out, here's how you're going to work with your epic destinies. You're going to go click on her and choose I seek to know my destiny, and she's going to send you to the Junction of the Spheres. Party on. And it's very red in here today, apparently. Oh, hey, there's Torque. There's a dev. Hey, it's Torque. So what you're going to do is you're going to talk to the epic trainer, make sure you're completely leveled up. And see, as you can see, I can't actually level anymore because I'm already level 30. And she will tell you about the epic destinies and how the system actually works, right? So you can talk about epic levels, about how, you know, how they work. And then she will tell you about the new epic destiny system. So speak with the avatar of each destiny within the Junction of the Spheres to unlock each destiny tree. So you have to unlock the destiny trees that you want to use. Alright. So they use destiny points instead of action points. And these are very powerful new abilities you can only use 3 trees at once. Previously, you could use all 12. Well, not at the same time. You could only have one that was active, but you could, you know, spend points in the others, and it was a extremely long and laborious grind. So it basically tells you about your builders and your spenders and how that all works out. And you know, they're talking about how it's going to be similar to how normal heroic enhancements work, and in fact the UI looks very similar. So you can get destiny points simply by leveling up. You get certain destiny points, and then you can also get some by doing an epic reincarnation, which is get to level 30, do your epic reincarnation, level all the way back up to 30, and do it all over again, and over and over and over again. And you can also get things called Tomes of Fate, which you can either get because of the account type you have, like you have a certain, like if you got a certain edition of the Feywild expansion, you got a Tome of Fate +1, the Feywild Tome of Fate. So you can use that to boost what you're actually doing. Okay. So, and that's about all the info that she has, and here's some more. That's, you know, so there's where you go. So this is the junction of the spheres. Again, there are 4 spheres. You got the divine, you've got the primal, you've got the magic, the arcane, I think it is, and then you've got the basically you have all the same 4 spheres. So we're gonna go counterclockwise because I'm a weirdo. Hi Torque. We're gonna wave to Torque because Torque is cool. I always like to be polite to devs because, you know, they're devs. You know, they work a long time. Now, one thing to bear in mind is there are 12 Epic Destinies. Only 9 of them are ready for Lamannia Prime Time. So the other 3, including the one I'm used to using most, are not currently available to test. But these 3 actually are. Ooh, hang on. Hi. Hello. TP is here. Alright, so Grandmaster of Flowers. So, as somebody who is not intimately familiar with all the ins and outs of DDO and gameplay classes, because I don't play normal tabletop, I haven't spent enough time and money and the whole 9 yards playing DDO as much as other people have. So a lot of this is old hat to top tier and, you know, better than average, better than casual players. So again, this video is not really aimed for that crowd. I would highly recommend, by the way, if you do want that top tier analysis, highly recommend DDO Cast, DDO Players, definitely Strim Tom. Dude, Standing Stone, would you fucking hire him already? I really shouldn't say that because he may not be interested in working there, but he's somebody that I think, I mean, he does occasional streams with Linabelle. They do hypothetical, if we were designing a new enhancement tree, which is not going to actually happen in game, it's just a theoretical a thought exercise. They do that, so he knows his stuff, right? So I highly recommend checking out his stream if you want the actual high level analysis. So I'm for the casual folks or the newer folks who may have never played DDO all that much before and never had an epic level character and might be kind of scared. It's like, what the hell is all this nonsense? And one of the things to bear in mind is this Epic Destiny revamp is intended to help players like me and non-hardcore, you know, long-time players, in-depth players, to be able to participate in the epic levels without being overly intimidated. So it's a good time. All right, so let's talk to each dude. Okay. So whenever you mention tranquility, I immediately think of monks, and of course flowers are a very monkey thing because monks, of course, for most games, immediately brings to you the notion of Chinese culture. Okay, and we got a DNT, gotta love it. This will contain more information about this epic destiny, so like a description, what it's all about. So, I will unlock your sphere. Hooray! Pardon me. And then I can't do anything else. Hey, sorry. Alright, go speak with the others. So let's go ahead and do that. So basically you're just supposed to go in here and pick all three of them. Come on, come on. I mean, even with my knowledge of the game, or my lack of knowledge of the game, however you want to paint that, I can definitely see that. Well, excuse me, Torque. No, excuse you. You shouldn't stand in the middle of the thing there, dude. All right. I can kind of get an idea of what classes or playstyles a certain thing is for. Magus of the Eclipse is going to be the new one. It's going to be replacing one of the other caster ones. So, unlock your sphere. Oh, looks like Linabelle's on. Hi, Linabelle! I love this robe. Can I have one of those? So, Draconic Incarnation is one of the new ones that is being worked on. I wish to be a dragon! Not really. So Linabelle is doing some active dev chats. If you sign into Lamannia, you will go to join channel dev chat for these events, and then you can chat with everybody else who's trying to talk to the devs. And maybe you'll get your questions answered. Or if you have any feedback, that's a great place to provide feedback. You should also provide feedback on the Lamannia forums. Now, for those who are used to Lotro's way of doing things like, hi TD, Lamannia doesn't have their posts on the dev tracker, on the main dev tracker. There is a separate Lamannia dev tracker, and again, if you play Lotro, you might be like, why the hell do they have such a great pile of things? Because DDO is a very much more complex game than Lotro. So here's like page 2 of their dev tracker. Why is it asking me if I want to chat in my own channel, you silly thing? So that's page 2 of the Lamannia dev tracker. And like a ton of that is just like stuff about like you started today. I'm sorry, the 21st. Because those of us who were in the content creator preview got to see a lot of this stuff early. So there's basically all these previews. Some of them are just like devs replying to the main threads, but they have like several threads of each focus point. So it's a lot more intensive than what you're used to in the Lotro side. And again, apples and oranges. So I'm not slighting the Lotro QA folks who run their bull roar. Again, it's whole different ball game over here in DDO land. So there's a ton more patch notes to read, ton more changes to look at, and to see how it all works out. Alright, we got Fate Singer. Alright, we got all of those. Let's go get the next trees. Okay. I hope they actually put more obvious labels on things, but again, this is just Lamannia. It is in preview. We don't know exactly when it's coming, because Standing Stone has not actually told us. But the system does need a bit more work. I honestly think the Lotro LI revamp needs more than that, but, well, I could be wrong. Alright, we want a queen. We want an audience with a queen of the summer court. Heck yeah. Alright. So we got R3 over here. And by the way, doesn't this look pretty? And finally, I saved my favorite for the last, because as a cleric main, the Divine Sphere is always the one that is my go-to, right? Alright. So again, you can unlock all of them, even though, for example, the Divine Sphere Divine Crusader and Unyielding Sentinel are both available to test, but Exalted Angel, which, you know, is my favorite, is not yet. Alas, I'm sad. One of the downsides of having these dev events is if you're not actually at them, you don't know what was said. Unless somebody logs the chat and something. But can I have a character that looks like this? I just want my characters to float, and I want that winged helmet too. I do have that mace though on my Morning Lord. I like the shield. I want the wings. I like the outfit. Give it to me in blue and silver, and we'll be good. Anyway. So we can still unlock the ones that aren't in testing because we need it. There's no higher path than Justice. Alright, Divine Crusader is the last one. Alright, so we have got all of these. And so remember how I was showing you earlier how you had the enhancements across the bottom looked one way, and then the Reaper enhancements up here in the corner looked the same basic kind of UI. So let's take a look at enhancements. See, enhancements look like this. This is your regular heroic enhancements. And here's the Reaper enhancements. Again, same basic UI shapes and forms. And now let's take a look at the Epic Destiny UI. It looks pretty much the same. And I can already see they've made a change to it. Apparently they copy-pasted the UI background for Reaper enhancements. Which is okay, because they had a really nice... piece of artwork behind the ones we were looking at the other day, but the UI, the elements of that background, it was like, basically it was a door with two dragons on it, but the door had these long furrows going up, so it kind of mistakenly led the eye in places it shouldn't have been going. Like, for example, you couldn't distinguish these sort of arrows if there were any things that were linked, and one of the things about the Epic Destinies is things are not generally linked. As you notice, there aren't any arrows going from point A to point B. Alright, so we're going to take a look at these pretty quickly. I'm not going to do this like all night. I have about an hour because I have something to do. Well, I want to go attend a class with Professor Corey because he's going to be teaching the nature of Middle Earth here, and we're all terribly excited. Hi, Zin! Okay, so one of the differences is by talking to these NPCs, I have fate points to spend, so we can take a few passes through these and take a better look at all of the various options you have here. And as you can see, some of these are stubs. So again, they're not, even though this is a new build, it's not fully filled in. So Legendary Dreadnought, we're going to start by picking a point here. And we're going to take a look and see what we can do. And we're not going to actually accept any of these. We're going to basically make passes at them. So, all right. The main things I'm going to take a look at is looking at ones where you have a choice. We weren't able to look at those the last time we tried this. So, again, we're just taking a very, very basic look to see what kind of classes this would benefit and why you might want to take it if you're not one of the preferred classes. Because one of the things about DDO is that there are way more options for your character. And it is actually possible in DDO to make a broken character. In Lotro, currently the closest you can get to that is screwing up your LI. So that takes some doing. So, Legendary Dreadnought seems to be a fighty thing. So we have Dire Charge. Rush forward to a targeted foe, make some damage to them. That foe and all nearby foes are subject to +2 weapon damage. Must make a fort save or be sundered. Or your other choice is a ranged version of Dire Shot. Fire an arrow at the target foe. +2 weapon damage, must save or be sundered. Okay. So don't necessarily need to pick that, but we will need to make a few passes just to see where things are lying. One thing, the point costs are 1 or 2, same as with regular enhancements. So let's get us some max hit points, because max hit points are awesome. So we're just going to pretend to go through this tree and just go take a look at it and see what we got here. So this is definitely a tanking sort of tree. So every tree has a destiny mantle of some kind. If you notice, yeah, you see that pink text, the hot pink text, that's your destiny mantle. And so that kind of gives you the flavor. So each of these epic destinies will have a mantle assigned to it. That gives you a nice bonus. And then they each also have an epic moment. So for example, the legendary Dreadnought epic moment is called Action Hero, and we'll get, hopefully we can have enough points to get up there. We should. We have 36 points. We should be able to do this. All right. So let's go spend us some points so we can get where we're going. So the legendary Dreadnought Destiny Mantle every 3 seconds while this mantle is active. So this is an action that you have to actually turn it on. And you can scare the crap out of people apparently with this one, which is really nice. So we'll choose, you pretty much will always want to choose your Destiny Mantle. So the entire word should be purple, not just the words Destiny Mantle. It should be really pointed as to what it is. I think Epic Moment should also be highlighted here because when we get there it's going to be really amazing. Alright, let's spend some more points and we're going to choose a ranged attack. And we can unlock the tier 2. Let's do attack. So again, we kind of looked at these before, but I do want to just, go over each one of them so you can see what they are currently. And again, these may not go exactly the way they are live. But generally if it's on Lamannia, it's getting close to being unleashed to the public. And we'll try to go over all 9 things here. So hope everybody's been having a good day. I had my Friday at work, so I am off for the next 3 days. So we're going to have a bit of fun. Going to play some games tomorrow on our personal stream here. I'm also still rebuilding my stream deck because some idiot forgot to save her. Hey, Steel Star's in the house! Well, let's say hi to Steel Star. For those who don't play, for those who don't know, in DDO's anniversary event, generally every February, certain developers are available to be beat on and defeated in their event, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. And I just made a Night Rebels joke, and I was, see, that's where I'm going with it. So, gonna have fun. Alright, so we get to pick Honor or Backstab. So, we couldn't look at this previous. So, Backstab is +2 to attack while flanking, which is really good for your rogue types. If you have the tactician feat, double the bonus. The other is Honor for the Honor of Grayskull. Nope. So +1 to attack, +1 to attack. So +2 to attack if flanking, and +1 no matter where you are. Okay. So while in your Dread Mantle, your weapons gain +1 while any action boost is available. Okay. And Healing amp's always a good thing for my class. Armor, dexterity, skills. Okay, so we're just basically building up the various options here. Crit damage before weapon multipliers, that would be nice. So we're just picking one of everything so we can see the tooltips. Why not? Alright. Carry on, carry on! Thought there was going to be a party. Thought there was going to be... Okay. Anyway. Okay. And again, for those who don't normally play DDO, anything in these trees that looks like a stop sign without the little label at the bottom is a passive. Anything that's a square is an active thing that you have to click on or toggle or something. Alright. So, some of these are still using the same tooltip, so obviously they're not done yet, or the same icons. So again, we want basically get a screenshot of all these. So you can work on 3 of these at once. You can spend points in 3 of these at once, depending on what you're looking to do. And now I can pick my action hero thing. And again, this is the epic moment. This is the big kahuna for this particular tree. And you gain the following bonuses. Again, it counts as an action boost, and you get a 5-minute cooldown to all of these cool things. So when I was listening to Core talk about this, and I was looking at this the other day, it reminded me of the heroic moment available in SWTOR. Which is like a 10-minute cooldown, which is where you could use any class ability, like that you had unlocked a specific cross-class ability, and then you can use any of the, like, while you're in this heroic moment, which lasts for like, I don't know, a minute or something, I forget, 30 seconds to a minute, you can then fire off any of these epic, iconic class abilities. Like if you're a Jedi Knight, you can hit a trooper ability, and it does the same amount of damage as it would for a trooper, the same, whatever. And this feels very much the same basic notion, except you're not using a cross-class ability. You have this big moment, you have this 5-minute cooldown, which is actually nicer than one over there, and then you get all these abilities that you can, all these passives and whatnot. And so, for 20 seconds, smoke them if you got them, right? And then there's some, there's lay waste, sounds like a good one, actually. And a melee or ranged attack. Plus 5 weapon damage, a cleave attack. Hello. That's nice. And has automatic critical. It has a +2 crit multiplier. Heck yeah. Legendary rally sounds like it. Yeah, right. And then there's the ranged version of it. So it does pretty much the same thing. It's just ranged in non. And we also have, we're not going to pick it, but we also have Overpower. So you get a boost to one of these 3 kinds of weapons. Piercing weapons, slashing weapons, and bludgeoning weapons. And I like that the icons are very distinctive and will pretty much tell you what kind of weapons you're dealing with. Okay, and they're apparently having a discussion about evasion and dire charge and all other kinds of fun stuff in the dev chat. So, okay, so that's the legendary Dreadnought. And we're going to close and reopen so we don't waste our points. And we're going to go with the Grandmaster of Flowers. This is mainly a monk sort of party. So we have our basic here. You gain proficiency with hand wraps, which is pretty cool. And a material type, and we can still look at it now. Okay, so basically it tells you what kind of damage reduction bypass you can have. Adamantine, Beshk. It's not Beskar, Mandalorians. Just saying. Cold iron, crystal, and silver damage. Crystal, of course, being the new... I love the fact that it's blue. Crystal being the new stuff that came with the Feywild expansion as a new sort of damage thing to have to worry about. Okay. And then you also have the alignment. So, again, what this does... Star Wars The Old Republic's in. When I say SWTOR. Okay. Okay, so your weapons bypass the chosen alignment, and you can pick... So actually what I want to do, I want to test a theory here. This character I made it was... her alignment is neutral. So stunning, so we have stunning DCs, we have, here's your mantle, your grandfather's of destiny mantle. So fight with unarmed combat style as if you were a monk, may be centered and use key. I like that you will use the monk class animations instead of your own classes. That's interesting. Okay. Let's throw some points into everything so you can see what it's all about. And again, a lot of these are still similar to what I've seen before, but since the other video has now been unpublished, you can't see what I saw before, so we'll go with that. Select an Epic Strike. We couldn't see this before, so... Alright, Epic Strike is a melee cleave attack, plus 3 damage, plus 1 crit threat and critical threat and multiplier. Deals 1d6 plus 5 force damage per character level to all enemies struck. So, ooh, that's tasty. The force damage scales with a higher melee or range power, and is doubled versus tainted creatures like undead, aberrations, and evil outsiders. Aberrations, I think, has... 1B and 2 Rs. Orchid Blossom. Neat. Okay. So those are our choices there. We're going to pick... We're going to pick the cleave attack because cleave attacks are fun. Okay. I'm going to choose our materia type. We're going to choose crystal because crystal is our channel points stuff. And we're going to just pick some stuff so we can unlock this. So you don't really have to spend... You only have to spend like 10 points in any given tree to unlock all 3 core enhancements, which is pretty cool. That is actually a lot better than other things. And any of these once you can so as you can see, for example, all of the cores you can pick up at level 20. I'm lying. I'm totally wrong. So I'm sorry. The second rank of your core requires level 23. The third one requires level 26. So that's a thing. Okay, so it gives you an extra plus 5 magical resistance and plus 10 if you have the discipline feat. So this would be better for folks who have the discipline feat. All right. We're gonna pick lawful. We've got a kitty cat. Thief would like to say hello. Hi. Come here. Apparently doesn't want to come up and visit just yet. So we're gonna choose lawful because we're not. So yeah. Yes, we have a thiefy. We have a Howly Thief. Alright, Hail of Blows. And again, these aren't going to really benefit my character because I'm a cleric and this is really for monk stuff. Deflect arrows feat. Zen archery feat. And use longbows if they are key weapons. Lotus blades longsword. I think Linda Bell was talking about these earlier. Use sickles as if they were key weapons. We're going to choose Lotus Blade's longsword because I'm a cleric and I use longswords. Alright. Yeah, we're trying to go through and see what all of these actually do. We had actually gone through all of those, so let's move on to the next tier. +1 to hit and damage. And again, these three will give you a damage, like this one has 25% fire absorption. This one has electric absorption at tier 3. It has acid absorption. Some sneak attack damage. Chaos absorption. Upgrade your epic strike, and so it basically is based on whichever one you chose before. I think what they really should do is order them in the same order that the other ones were, because I picked the one down here. I picked the one that was in the middle, I think. Wherever it was. I picked the one in the middle, and the one up here is not in the middle. Come visit. Because it's a thief. It's a thief. Okay. And again, one thing about DDO is that it doesn't matter what class you are, you can use any weapon whatsoever. There's nothing that's going to stop you from playing or using any weapon. The thing is, some weapons you won't be proficient in them based on your class, and you'd have to actually take a special feat to become proficient, or you take a penalty for using it, right? Everybody's here for the cat. It's fine. He was actually quiet most of the day, which is really nice. Alright. Let's unlock our top tier. So again, we're going to take a quick look at these. These are all stubs because apparently the icons aren't ready for them yet. Not ready for prime time. So I'm actually in my new office. I moved everything up to the room that Mama Cat and the kittens used to live in. And now Thief is like, ooh, I get to play in this room now? And he's like, yes, when I'm not working. Okay, so top tier, Beyond the Center. So it increases your MR cap, which is really nice. Your crit multiplier increased by +1 when you roll a 19 or a 20. That's pretty neat. Okay, the epic moment for Grandmaster of Flowers is a scattering of petals. So basically, you and nearby allies get a really nice buff, +10 weapon damage and +10 PR in armor class, and enemies around you get a debuff. They become vulnerable to sneak attacks and lose 100% fort. That's pretty cool. I like that. And of course, once you choose a tier 5, you can't choose a tier 5 in any of the other ones. Alright, let's close out and go look at... Did I look at these other two? Oh, I did not. Alright. Legendary Fury of Blows. Isn't it Flurry of Blows? Same thing, I guess. Alright. Okay, let's move on to Draconic Incarnation. Remember, you get to pretend to be a dragon. So we get to pick a Draconic Bloodline, which you could be a black dragon, a blue dragon. You know I'm going blue, right? So each dragon has a different element assigned with it. So black is acid. Blue is electric. So I wasn't sure if it's electric or water, and it's electric. So I'm definitely liking blue. Alright. Green is poison. Surprise. Well, acid could have been green, but, you know, it, of course, is based on D&D 3.5 whatevers. Alright, red is fire for obvious reasons, and shadow dragons, aligned with negative spells. And white are the cold spells, so they're the watery type. Look at the kitty. We have a kitty. We're going blue dragon, people, because blue dragons are awesome. Alright, and our other cores are negative 5% spell point cost on all spells. And it's as if you have the eschew materials fee. That's pretty cool. And heritage isn't a spelled. Just saying. So, and the other one is elemental blood. So dragon can be sneaky. Armor class and fort saving throws. Okay, attune the arcane, your draconic destiny mantle. Spells of the chosen element of your draconic heritage have a 25% chance to deal 1d6 plus 6 bonus damage per caster level of that type. It has a cooldown of 10 seconds. So we're going to pick that, and then we have... Oh wait, physical and magical resistance rating is always a good thing, because that's basically resisting people hitting on you. Okay. Breath weapons, yes. You may now cast spells while raging, yes. Alright, let's pick our elemental blood as well. Okay, Epic Strike, a fearsome draconic breath attack. So we have a torrent of acid, a galvanic storm to electrocute people. I'm digging that. Then you got green as a wave of poison, and they all do the same amount of damage. 1d6 plus 10 damage of that particular kind of thing. I'm personally still liking blue dragon, just saying. So flame for red, wave of shadow to deal negative damage. And again, that's 1d6 plus 10 negative or damage per character level to all enemies caught within the blast. So whether it's a cone or whatever, it doesn't say, which is fine. And then we have a spray of frost. So blue dragons hitting things with lightning. And again, you can still pick stuff in the other trees. You just, hit the core, and then you can just pick points, put points in them. So again, it works like regular enhancements in that regard that you're used to from heroic levels, or if you're a brave soul and like to play, do Reaper mode. Alright. So let's get back to where we were. Did we do this one? Yes, we did. Alright, then we have implement bonus of quarterstaffs you wield. Be speedy. And your breath attack, okay. Select a spell school to increase your spell DCs. Your choices are going to be Conjuration, Evocation, Necromancy, and Transmutation. Select a weapon sheath to win power. You have Arcane Spell Sword, Arcane Archer. So, +1 dice with Arcane Archer's Elemental or Force Arrows toggle. Arcane Spell Sword, Eldritch Knight. So this only works for Elemental or Force Arrows toggle. That's interesting. Yeah, Arcane Archer, it's actually not one of the more powerful enhancement trees out there. They have been doing some work to make bow-wielding characters a little bit more powerful because they have been underperforming. Oh god, that's one of the reasons why I stopped being a ranger on this character. Because her past life was as a ranger, I believe. So, Arcane Archer, Elemental, or Force Arrows toggle. Pardon me. You got an Eldritch Knight, which is basically an arcane sort of character that's got a that is going to be sword and board primarily, but is going to have a skeleton running with them sometimes. And then the final option is a Vile Chemist. So if you have Vile Chemist, you get Poison Coating. It gets add +1 dice to that shenanigan. So we're not using any of those. Alright. Where were we? We were here. Oh, we did those. Did we? We did. Alright, where were we? Did that. We did that. Scales of the Dragon. And first it absorbs 15 points of damage per character level in protection and shields you from 50% of elemental damage of your dragon type. So for example, having Scales of the Dragon would be really handy if you ran up to those kobold shamans and they tried to fry your ass. So this would be handy. Let's put some points in here so we have some stuff. Breath weapons, including your draconic one, have a chance to paralyze people with fear with no save. Ooh. You can only hit them once, so alas. Okay. And spell penetration. I'm just throwing points wherever because it doesn't actually matter. Okay. +10 temporary spell points per character level that last for the full double duration. If you're using Wellspring of Power. Okay. 5 has Coalescence. Okay. You can curse a single enemy with dots. More dots! It says inevitability fire, but I don't understand that one. I don't legit understand that one. Okay, elemental enemies swirl around you, so when you zorch people with your breath, you can have an aura around you that does damage. 1d6 per caster level for every 3 seconds. Tasty. Take that. Okay, and you can choose the meta magic to help you. So you can make your meta magics more efficient. We need to put more points in this thing somewhere. We'll just pick one. Doesn't matter what we pick. Alright. Top tier. Hellstorm. Okay. Hellball is still one of my favorite named spells in the game. Alright, or you can choose Ruin Intensified. So, Ruin Intensified would be good for a cleric who has the Ruin spell. So, really, really nice, really tasty. And the dragon, the Draconic Incarnation form, gives you your epic moment is that you become immune to elemental damage of your bloodline. Okay. Good times. So this is what the ultimate is here. It's kind of like an ultimate, I suppose. And you could be... I would like to actually test that. And then you can just do whatever. Now when you accept these will appear in your enhancements, the same as any of your other regular enhancements, and then you get to slot them just like spells that you normally do now. Okay, so those are the first three. We're going to try and get a little bit faster on the next three, simply because we have a little bit more than half an hour left, and because I've got class at 10. Whether Corey's on time at 10 o'clock is another question, but anyway. So, Shadow Dancer. Let me see if I can try to pick one that's not available. It's just going to be blank. Just has this thing. And that's not even part of the Exalted Angel tree, probably. Okay, so let's go pick Shadow Dancer for this one, and Fate Singer is not one of them. Yeah, see, it's just a placeholder. Primal Avatar is, though, and Fury of the Wild is not... So the ones that aren't being tested are Fury of the Wild. Nope, I lied, it is. Exalted Angel, Magus of the Eclipse, and something else. Whatever. Maybe they added this, I don't know. Let's see. Alright, let's go with these three because we're running out of time. Okay, Shadow Dancer. You have the darkest luck. Okay, we're just looking at the tooltips just to kind of read over what they do, so you have an idea what to expect. Now, somebody who has levels in oh gosh darn it, Artificer. God, why was I was thinking everything except Artificer. This Technician would be really handy to have. So this is more of a rogue sort of thing, but definitely helpful for other things like escaping traps and whatnot. So, and of course having Dimension Door. Heck yeah, I love Dimension Door. Dimension Door actually saved my bacon once on Hardcore League Season 2, I think. Okay, +2 UMD. Pick a shadow weapon. You have your choices of offhand strike chance, or maximize meta magic cost, fewer spell points. I would probably choose this because my offhand is a rune arm, so that would be helpful. And here's your Destiny Mantle. It's in Tier 2, which is a little bit unusual compared to the others so far. They've always been in Tier 1. So you get to go faster. You get Ghost Touch, which is really nice. Your Epic Strike choices are imbue your stuff with evil enemies. So it's a Dark Imbuement is this one. Or you have a choice of Meld into Darkness, which means you get dodge, bonus dodge. So I'm not really interested in either one of those. This one's a good one. And of course now we can pick up the Darkest Luck, which is the Invasion feat. Normal evasion rules apply, which means you can't wear like medium you have to wear light armor or whatever. So that's a thing. Okay, next here we are looking at Fort, school downs. Illusion? What are you hiding? That's a WoW joke. Necromancy, Abjuration, or Enchantment. We'll just pick one because it doesn't matter what we pick. Dark Speed, you can get... So it's not speed as in you running, or you're moving, but it's what can happen with either... you get better double strike, double shot, or a quicken meta magic costs 1 fewer spell points. Either one of those could be cool if used appropriately. Alright, let's fill out some more points so we can advance. Here's the gloom. Again, these are mainly geared toward like your rogues, your artificers, probably Shatterkai, like Vistani knife fighters and whatnot. Maybe and also a bit of alchemists too. They might be useful for them too. Get the drop on somebody. Heck yeah. And because this, of course, picks whichever one you picked. Okay. Greater Shadow Form. Basically, you all look spooky. Perfect for Halloween. Alright. With bows, thrown weapons, crossbows, and finessable melee weapons. So, yeah, that's definitely a roguey thing. Alright. You can be weird. I'm always weird. So, what weird does is a targeted foe and all nearby enemies are subjected to a phantasmal killer effect. With the DC 20 plus the highest of your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma mod, plus illusion spell bonuses to prevent the death. So, yeah, they gotta learn how not to die. Cool beans. Okay. And the epic moment for this tier is Shadow Mastery. So basically, Shadow Mastery is your stealth the entire time. It doesn't actually say how long it lasts, though. It has a 5-minute cooldown, but doesn't actually say how long it lasts, or if it's it can't be a toggle because it's an epic moment. So that's interesting. Let's move on to Primal Avatar. I think we should be able to do 2 of these without worrying about it. So Primal Avatar, it's more of a healing kind of deal. So Path of the Heart. So this is interesting. The rest of the trees options will be determined by this choice. So we're probably going to have to run through this one 3 times. So your nature is Heart, Sky, or Thorn. So Acid, Force, Poison, Universal, Spell Power if you're Thorn. Sky would be Electric, Cold, Sonic, and Universal. So this might match well with having the Blue Dragon thing. Or White Dragon. Blue or White Dragon would go well with that. In case unless they don't stack. And this one has Fire, Light, Positive, and Universal. So this one, Heart, would be the one I would choose as a cleric, for example. And then you can select one of the other ones. Cool. And then finally, the third one is Absorption against the damage, whatever. That's pretty cool. Gain a primal skill based off of your nature. So if I had chosen Thorn, I would have gotten Carrion Swarm. If I had chosen Sky, I would have gotten Stormcatcher. Ooh, hitting people with bolts of lightning. I like that. But I chose Heart, so I get Spring to Summer. I throw butterflies at people, apparently. So this is the healing one, because I chose Heart. Okay, Flowers in the Thorns. So stepping inside a Thorn Spikes or Entangle spell, whether it's hostile or friendly, that's kind of neat. Heals you for hit points. Okay. Oh, we forgot to see critters! What kind of critters do we get? We get bat. It looks like a squirrel, but we get bat. Then there's a bird of wind. Hopefully it's not breaking wind. There's a fox of flame. I like that one. Then you get a frog of the lake. Spider of the deeps. And a squirrel of luck. A squirrel of luck. Awesome sauce. I was wondering what they were before. So we're gonna pick the Fox of Flame because hello, Druid's Fire. So this is definitely a good tree for Druid characters to take. And I think Rejuvenation Cocoon is something that folks are still fighting about what it should be and whatnot. Okay, so we took a look at that. Let's choose a Destiny, Mantle of Destiny. So again, it's based on what your thing is. Okay, so again we have to pick that one. And choose a primal animal spell. Reborn in Fire. Yeah. I like that one. So I probably would pair up maybe Exalted Angel and this Primal Avatar and do some shenanigans with those, like double up on fire and heals. Okay, we'll choose that. And then you can choose Thrive. And Thrive. Reduce the cost of all spells by 25%. Enhancement bonus for 10 seconds. It's pretty cool. Spirit Boon. Your choices are Strength, Dex, and Con, or an Int, Wiz, and Cha. Or is it Ka? I guess it's Ka, technically. Okay, and then up here... Your summons also benefit from your Destiny Mantle. That's neat. That'd be good to have. Alright. Upgrade your Primal spell, again, based on what you choose. This one's really nice to have, too. You can upgrade some meta magics, empower, maximize, and quicken. So there's 2 of these? Can you choose quicken twice? Apparently you can. I'm not sure. That does not seem to be accurate to me. Anyway, we're gonna summon a unicorn because oh no, I ran out of points. So let's go out and go back in. Yeah, I don't think this is supposed to let you pick the same meta magic twice. But we're gonna summon a unicorn because we can summon unicorns. Gain evasion, heck yeah. Okay, up here, an elemental ally based on your nature. You can choose, as if you choose heart, you get a heart flame dryad that casts fire, light, and healing spells using your casting stats, rooted to your summoning point. Or you can choose, if you're sky, you get a greater storm spirit with the same rooted in place thing. Or you can get a greater thorn spirit. Good times. Alright, we're going to choose this because we can. Mass frog! Each, up to 6 nearby enemies are turned into frogs. Each may avoid ribbiting on successful... Oh god, I love these people. Alright. Greater form. So this one is Heart's Flame, Sky's Rage, or Thorn's Bite. No. I'm gonna pick this one. And Improve Intensify spell. Okay. Okay, let's go back in for the third, the Fury of the Wild. Okay, Die Hard Feet. +1 consciousness range. So, this is kind of like your bear tanks. Guardian Druids, for those familiar with World of Warcraft. Similar concept. Alright, Epic Strike melee ability, +25 damage by 16, requires a melee weapon to use. Or, basically you can go faster or you can go harder. Not a word, chat. Not a word! Because Zin is here. Okay, so your mantle is on their first tier, and +5 against helpless targets, and it goes up to 15, and basically it helps heal you, which is kind of cool. Oh, Galbus. Zin is pure and innocent as the driven snow. Alright, let's keep going. +1 weapon attack, fast and furious. Barbarian Rage Feat. Alright, Gird against demons. Freaking demon man. A fort bypass is always a good thing to have. What do you mean I need more destiny points? It's being grumpy. Okay, you have +1 double strike, +3 offhand strike chance, or +5 strike through chance. We'll choose that one. Okay. Choice between brute strength or accuracy, and let's see how this looks. So, 5, or X of Ram's Might animal growth spells are doubled for you. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. So I think the tooltip is a little bit like brute strength or accuracy and advantage with certain natural spells. So is it brute strength or accuracy, or is it brute strength? Basically, I want to try to do parse how this tooltip reads, and we don't have time for this right now. Okay, embrace the pain. Oh, the pain. of moving my office around. Okay, let's keep going. Do some heals until you're over up to 40%. That's kind of helpful. Embrace the pain. Okay, improve trip feet. The Voice of Fury. And again, we're just picking so we can get through the tiers. So this makes, this improves. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, people. This was... Wasn't this down here somewhere? Did I just miss it? Or just not even... My tooltip was in the wrong place? I must have just looked at it in the wrong place. Okay, double strike, offhand strike, strike through chance. We'll choose the strike. It doesn't matter. Okay. Force Selector. Enhancing Adrenaline or Fort Bypass. And bonuses to animal forms and 2-weapon fighting. So enhancing Adrenaline is going to be your barb thing. So yeah, I guess that's the thing. Or your other option is you get all the other stuff. Okay. Okay, plus 2 damage on all attacks. Let's put some points in everything. So, reduce damage to you. Alright, up here, get some HP. Some HP and PRR. 1,000 unconsciousness range. Ooh. So you can be unconscious for 1,000 points of unconscious for 1,000 points, and heal for 10% of your max points for every 5 seconds. So in less than a minute, you'd be back to full health. That's kind of cool. Alrighty, and finally we have the Great Leveler. Wait, where's the action moment? No, I'm sorry, the epic moment. Is this the epic moment? This seems like it should be the epic moment. Like, each one is supposed to have an epic moment. So I'm thinking the Great Leveler is the epic moment. They just don't have the tooltips right for it. Okay, so let's close without saving. And finally, let's go look at the last 3 things that are available to look at. Sharadi Champion. I think both of the Unyielding Sentinel and Divine Crusader. I wouldn't look at any of those yet. Yeah, we looked at the rest of them. Okay. Alright. Speed round. Lightning round, as it were. So, Sharadi Champion is basically a caster thing for, like, bards and casters, from my understanding. So, Fey Favor. Again, we're just looking at the tooltips. Audience with the Queen. You have to have an audience with the Queen. Alrighty. So get some tea. You pop up for... I love this. Get some tea. When you rest at a shrine, you pop up for some tea and randomly get a beneficial effect based on the type of tea you receive. These effects last for 10 minutes. So that's actually kind of interesting. I want to know what kinds of tea you can get. And here's your Destiny Mantle's Prism. Your range and thrown attacks have a 7% chance to deal 1d100 extra. So imagine you roll d100 on something that only has like 200 hit points. That would be kind of cool. And it scales with... Oh my gosh. That's kind of interesting. Alright. Spell points. Additional luck. Pick a ranged or caster epic strike. So each one has an epic strike of some kind. So that is... Okay, so this is the ranged one. Has plus 75% additional damage. Holy crap. So yeah, that's pretty nice. I noticed that this is like a passive, and this is something you have to actually click on. So I'm gonna go with that because I'm a caster cleric, because I'm a dork. Okay, being immune to blindness. Okay, this is we didn't know whether it'd stay good or stay frosty, so let's go take a look. Stay frosty. Extra cold damage and 14% to proc. Light damage scales with 200% range power from range, or 200% cold if from a spell. So this does diddly squat if you're in melee. So definitely a caster thingy. Or stay good. You're doing extra light damage. So this one does cold damage. This one does light damage. So it does what it says on the tin, basically. We're going to stay frosty because I just love that name. Okay. So double shot, more double shot, and even more double shot. Pick a ranged attack or charm spell. So this is a bard thing. Beguile. Or pin. I would choose that because I'm ranged. So that would be good for like your inquisitives or your bard, your tiefling scoundrels, basically. Healing spring. All right. Inflicting a random effect on your target, but doesn't say what those effects are. But it's double rainbow, so you've got to choose it. Oh. You need to choose something for it. Oh. Didn't have enough points spent on it. So you upgrade pin or the other one. Upgrade Hunt Center Phalites. And that one actually does stop you from picking the other one. Pick a school. Conjuration. Enchantment. Illusion. What are you hiding? Transmutation. Just gotta spend more points so I can unlock things. I still want Audience with the Queen. Okay. Enemy of my own. So basically, also this would be good for the Fate Arc Illusionist Enhancement Tree. Okay, so don't like the Fae. Gonna upgrade our thing. Again, so for example, I can pick this feat, does absolutely nothing for me because I don't use thrown weapons. But again, any character can use any weapons in the game. You just have to build around what weapons you are using and minimize the amount of weirdness going on. Okay, let's upgrade our Stay Good or Stay Frosty. Alright. All spell DCs, range weapons gain, crit multiplier. Elda's banning the bots. Thanks, Elda. Alright, and here's the epic moment. You get a choice of epic moment. So you either have a ranged or you have a mass chaos. Mass chaos sounds like my house. Okay. So this one's unusual in that you get a choice of how you want to handle it, to quote Matt Mercer. So you can pick one of these two, and that is the Sharati Champion. Okay, now let's pick Unyielding Sentinel. This is one of the Cleric and Paladin ones. So the Unyielding Sentinel is basically your tank spec for Paladins and Clerics and, well, Paladins and stuff. Okay. And this is definitely like a sword and board sort of thing. Epic Strike, you can either get Celestial Mandate. 6W adds 3,000 hate to target and slows their movement by 50%. Grants a +3 buff to MR and PR for 8 seconds. Double this bonus if using a shield. Stacks 6 times. So this basically means you're really going to piss somebody off. But you're still going to hit them for 6W, so that's cool. Or otherwise, you get a shield up to 300% your melee power for 4 seconds. Can be used by CC. That's kind of cool. So I'm used to pissing people off, so I'm gonna choose that one. All right, gain 1 to hit. Add to my fort. Add this because why not? Okay, absorbing damage, good. This is a heal. 1d2 hit points for 2 character levels for 8 seconds. As an SLA, it benefits from meta magic with no additional cost. Heck yeah! Knight's Challenge. A spiritual shield. Alright, let's keep going because we still have 1 more tree to go. And we need to get out of here before Corey starts. Or we'll just be a little bit late to his class, probably. Alright, spiritual shield. That's definitely tanky. Alright, lay of hands, feet. Alright. Moving on to tier 4. Additional uses of lay on hands per rest. Awesome. Bonus to your AC. Throw the boom. Your Knight's Challenge. Hit to hack more people. I'm down with that. Let's hit more people in the face with a shield. Okay, lay of hands is now an AoE, so anybody in range, you can heal your friends and damage your foes. Well, damage undead. Hopefully enemy undead, not local friendly undead. Gain stuff for your hit points. Reborn in Light, which is something I really liked from my current Epic Destiny, is that's where you can self-res while dead. So self-res are good. Alright, and Resurrection as a SLA. Pretty cool, I like that one. 6-second cooldown. Okay, finally, Divine Caster. I'm sorry, Divine Crusader. This is definitely more for clerics or non-tanky paladins. Okay, so it'll definitely help keeping you alive. Evil Smite. Shield of Gestures. Okay. And you got your attack rolls and +2 to your attack rolls. Your Sunder DCs. Consecration is actually one of the ones that I really liked that. Again, I'm familiar with Consecrations from WoW, and it sounds fairly similar. Alright. Endless Smiting. Hi, Thief Kitty. Okay, here's your Destiny Mantle. They're gonna have your alignment for DR purposes, and if you are neutral, they don't have an alignment. Okay, because nothing fights against neutral DR basically. All right. Magic Bean. Remember, I like this one a lot. I still like it. Define Deflection. Additional save against enchantments. Choose Seeing and Immune to Blindness. Yes. Favorite weapons. +1 to their enhancement bonus. Okay, this is the one I was concerned about. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. I want to pick... Remember, Crusade basically makes your Consecration not only heal you, but also attack other people. And Thief says hi. But Axiom of Faith. This is going to be really cool. This one I really, really like. Because you can change, or you can add something else to as a favored weapon that is not accessible to you in character generation. This is actually pretty big. So Heavy Mace, Quarterstaff, Bastard Sword. That's actually one I would probably want because Bastard Sword is a favored weapon. I like using Bastard Swords in Kopeshes as my primary weapons. when I'm making a melee character. So this would be, oh my god, I would be all over that shit. Okay, sickle, warhammer. Wait. Okay, so a warhammer. Sylvanas, not your Sylvanas, but Sylvanas. You get a maul as your favorite weapon. And so some of these are Forgotten Realms deities that you can only use if you pick a certain class or a certain iconic character. So the fact that I could choose Helm's Blessing and get a Bastard Sword as a favorite weapon, hell yeah. Then Blood of All is daggers. Then we've got the Lord of Blades, so you get Greatsword as a favorite weapon. And you don't have to be a Blade Forged me likey. Longbow, long sword, scimitar, ooh, hello, or a short sword. I like it. I am totally going. I'm gonna definitely spend some time with Divine Crusader. I want to get up here, at least put enough points in it to get that, so I can have Bastard Sword as a favorite weapon. Oh hell yeah. Okay, and grants the defensive traits of a Celestial. Right, and oh yeah, cower before me. Heck yeah, fear me. And finally, our last row, Mighty Crusade. Okay, so it gives the Crusade buff to the entire party. That's really good. I like it anyway. Your shield is also a favored weapon, and may double strike as if it were an offhand. Yes. I don't actually normally. Well, I do actually when I'm melee. Okay, so some of this you have to pay attention to what your actual regular feats are. Blessed Blades, hell yeah, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. Wait, what? And Celestial Steed, you gotta have a pony. So, there isn't an epic moment here. I don't see an epic moment. But there's some really good stuff that I like in Divine Crusader. So, it is time to scamper on out of here. We have looked at all of the 9 Epic Destinies that are currently available on Lamannia. I'm not sure, I think Lamannia is open until sometime Thursday, Friday. But you can go to the DDO forums, scroll down to the Lamannia section, because the Lamannia dev tracker does not show up in the regular dev tracker. And there's a lot to read, because again, DDO is very much more complicated than Lotro is. And there is a lot of math involved in theory crafting. Now, playing normal content as a filthy casual like myself, you generally don't have to get too far into the weeds on this, but it is very easy to make a broken character that can't play at a high level of content. So you want to be careful about how you build. There are character builders out there. Matrim's character planner is definitely a good one to look at. I know he's been on Lamannia looking at stuff and adding more data to his tools for future, but bearing in mind that things that are currently on Lamannia may not necessarily go to live as is. Things will change until they go live, and things will change after they go live, because that is the nature of a game as a live service. But I'd like to thank y'all for hanging out and watching again. Again, if you want a far more in-depth and number crunchy theory crafting look at this, I would highly recommend folks like Strim Tom, Voodoo Spice, Seamus Garobo, all of the usual folks that you see on DDO stream, past and present, and maybe future. Again, Strim Tom is like top of the game. Also, DDO Cast, Patrick and the Lava Divers, they are generally one of the top rated guilds in DDO. And so I will be back tomorrow doing my usual Thursday thing involving a land called Hyrule, or a sea called Hyrule right now. And we're going to go continue playing that game. And then Friday will be on the other game, which is Lotro. And I don't know what I'm doing in the evening. We'll figure something out. And so, you know the drill. Be good. And if you can't be good at it. Okay? I hope to see you next time. Let's see if these buttons work, because I'm not done rebuilding my stream deck, because good times of having to reinstall Windows. Right? Bye now.